Hola y bienvenidos Millers to another wonderful week of SHS News. I'm Victoria.
And my name is Rufo, and we are this week's hosts of SHS News.
Snow flurries flew as we danced the night away at the Winterfest ball.
Some might say it was a ball. Great job to the Sophomore Student Council.
In other news, class forecasting will start next week for next year's students.
Be sure to submit an application before your favorite classes fill up.
Now, for our first segment, we interviewed Mr. Graham, one of our beloved business teachers and DECA advisors.
To start us off, if you weren't a teacher, what would you be doing?
Something where I could sleep in a lot and not have to be up at the times I have to do every day to come to school. Probably something where I'm running my own business and I can set my own schedule and don't have to answer for anyone but myself.
What is one thing that has stuck with you throughout your years of teaching?
So it's actually a recent thing that I know will stick with me for years, and that's when this past week we went to the DECA, basically the state competition, and we had students, Sydney and Natalie, present the Miller Mart as a student-based enterprise, so like all the student stores in the state were presented, and we got first place, won first in state. That was a really, really proud moment because while the two that presented did an awesome job and deserved to get first, what they were presenting the stuff that we did as a team. And so there's lots of kids that have been involved in the Miller Mart and lots of that have helped contribute to making it a positive place. And so all those things combined with their presentation is what could do it. So it was an emotional day for me. I was so excited. And it felt like kind of a validation of all the work that all the students have put in over my years here.
Yeah. How can someone join the store management class?
They gotta just be motivated and wanting to be in it. Once you've taken a business class, usually it's introduction to business, and you're referred to by either Mr. Fisher or myself. You can be in store management, but it needs to be somebody that's motivated and can work independently without being told and kind of having to be watched all the time, and can really want to do a good job and cares about having a great store. And so if you have those traits and you've taken intro to business, then come see me and you can likely be in the class.
What is one misconception about the Miller Mart?
So I get asked a lot about, the items that we sell, and people are always asking why we can't sell chips or candy, or people want their energy drinks or all these things, and there's a lot that we have to go through to get the food that we have approved to be in there. We have there's national guidelines from our federal government about foods that can be sold in schools, and then below that we have this state that gives its own restrictions that are different than the national ones that we still have to follow. And then we have our district guidelines, which have their own things that are separate from those altogether. So going through all those things, running it and selecting what's in there is a much bigger thing. And we have lots of things that are keeping us from selling a lot of the stuff that kids might go buy at everyone's market. So it takes a lot to be able to plan out the things that we do have. And it takes we're always listening to student feedback and trying to improve. But I think a lot of students don't understand that we do have all that stuff, and so that it does limit us. And we work hard despite all that to overcome it and have a store selling stuff that people still want to buy.
Of course. Thank you.
Now that we're back, something else has made its annual return to SHS.
Are you talking about spring sports?
No, but practice and tryouts did start last week for softball, track, baseball, and golf.
Then what are you talking about?
The annual SHS talent show, of course.
Oh, right. Auditions were held last week, and from what I've heard, SHS got talent.
The show will be held on March 21st in the auditorium.
For our next interview, we have Sydney Pendleton and Natalie Bell, our DECA state champs for the student-based enterprise category.
How did you two get into the Miller Mart or DECA?
I kind of just saw it, like last year I saw a lot of my friends doing the Miller Mart and all that stuff, and I thought that it would be a fun class, and running the store looked really fun. And then being in the Miller Mart, Mr. Graham asked if I wanted to do DECA.
What about you, Natalie?
Mr. Graham kind of just asked me, and I was like, you know what, yeah, That's fine. So I joined, and then I kind of just joined DECA from there.
What's your guys' role in the Miller Mart?
We're both on the social media team. So we just film content for Instagram, TikTok, that's it. And just post about like upcoming events and or just funny videos.
What is the work like behind the scenes of the Miller Mart?
We have all the students in the Miller Mart class have like a different job or committee they're in. We have like the people who do spreadsheets and count money to make sure it's all there. We have a Miller Mix team that makes Miller Mix, and we have like our social media team. Big fan.
How does DECA connect with the Miller Mart, and what is it like?
I'd say that like store management is like a business run class, and you learn a lot about business and how to run a store and even work at a store, and DECA is basically that. Well, not basically that, but like it's a business club, and you just learn a lot about like entrepreneurship, and there's different sections of DECA. There's 4 different sections. Don't fully know. I think it's like marketing, entrepreneurship, and so I think that it can be really beneficial if you're wanting to do a certain event that you can take the store management class, and it can help you have some sort of real life experience when you're in those DECA events.
What is your guys' favorite memory from DECA or the Miller Mart?
A fun memory was when we won our event at state. We were very shocked, and it was just a very happy, positive time.
What was it like prepping for the state conference?
Mr. Graham had told me and Natalie that he wanted us to present it, the SPE presentation at state, and so we had to look at our SPE write-up, and we had a lot of help from other people for making the slideshow, and then we just practiced a lot, and especially the day of and the night before, we grinded and made sure it was like timed right and everything. Join DECA.
Oh yeah, join DECA.
Want to submit some of your art to showcase on our show? Share it with us through this QR code.
And don't forget to check out our Instagram at SHS Advanced Media to enter any feedback for us. Scan this QR code.
That's all we have for you today.
Thank you all for watching.
Bye.
Bye.